So first of all, how was your meal? Wasn't it great? Yeah. Listen, I'm going to need a little bit more audience participation from you all. It's going to be a long night. There we go. There we go. What's your name? What's your name? Rosie. That's correct. Good job. I know exactly who you are. You know I know you. Okay. So before we move into the awards portion of our program this evening, please would you join me in another round of applause to express our appreciation to the Hilton Garden Inn and their staff for this wonderful meal. And also to our favorite string quartet from Desert Hills High School. We appreciate it so much. We are very excited to introduce our inductees tonight, so if you'll please direct your attention to the screen as we enjoy just a short video highlighting each of these esteemed athletes. Once again, congratulations to each of tonight's inductees. It is truly an honor for us now and our distinct pleasure to introduce and formally induct each of you into the 2022 Huntsman World Senior Games Hall of Fame. So please join me in welcoming to the stage a true power couple, Jim and Yvonne Hackenberg. Come on up, Jim and Yvonne, and as they're making their way up, I want to just tell you, they are perhaps the winningest husband-wife pickleball duo to date. As a 12-year participant in the Huntsman World Senior Games, Yvonne has won 26 gold medals in pickleball. Right here, come on up. I know you want to be in front. She earned 9 of those medals in mixed doubles, 8 with her husband Jim, and 17 women's gold medals with her partner Hillary Merrill. Yvonne holds national titles in 4 sports: pickleball, platform tennis, paddleball, and team tennis. This induction marks her 4th Hall of Fame entry, having already been inducted into the Pickleball Hall of Fame, Platform Tennis Hall of Fame, and the Kalamazoo College Hall of Fame as a coach. Jim has been playing pickleball in the games for 11 years. During his time as a competitor, he has won 23 gold medals. He has also given back to the sport and to the games many times by participating as a sport referee. In addition to being a heavily decorated athlete in the games, Jim is also an avid runner and has completed 12 marathons. Since 2010, the couple has always made the games a top priority in their yearly tournament schedule, and the Huntsman World Senior Games is honored to induct them together into our Hall of Fame. Congrats, Jim and Yvonne Hackenberg.
We were captivated mostly by the environment. I'm from Kalamazoo, Michigan, and we don't have red cliffs in Kalamazoo, Michigan, but also by all of the people that we had the privilege of meeting. And these bonds have only grown stronger through the years. Let's see, and also I want to express a heartfelt thank you to all of the organizers and volunteers for all you do to make this the highlight of our pickleball year. And I also have to thank my doubles partners, Jim Hackenberg, my husband, and we're still married even after 13 years of mixed doubles. And Hillary Merrill, who was inducted last year into the Hall of Fame. It is with the deepest gratitude that I am now included among the athletes to be inducted into the Huntsman World Senior Games Hall of Fame. Thank you.
Well, I'll be short too. I want to echo what Yvonne said, is how honored and humbled we are to be in the Huntsman Senior Games Hall of Fame. I went back and I looked at all the other Hall of Fame inductees, and I was overwhelmed by their accomplishments, and to be in that category really is very, very humbling, and we're very honored. I want to express my deep appreciation to friend Mark Friedenberg, who is in the Huntsman Hall of Fame, and thank our guests, Tom Hamilton and Andy Mitchell, two guys who battled hard today out there in fall brawl. But one of the things I really respect about the Huntsman Hall of Fame is, as a tournament director, I know how important it is to have volunteers. And I read a lot about the various volunteers who've been honored and be in the Hall of Fame, and I think that's just a wonderful tribute to the Hall of Fame committee for doing that. We wouldn't be here without the people like Don Odell and Bob Clarich and Ken Schoonover and Dave and Nancy Jordan, who really run the pickleball tournaments for us and make it such an exciting, wonderful event. So it's a great honor, and we greatly appreciate everything you've done to give us this opportunity.
Thank you so much. We'll invite you to come right here in front of the table as we present you your awards. Thank you so much. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, Jim and Yvonne Hackenberg. Next, we would invite Irina Helwig to join us here in the front. Is Irina here? Here she comes. As she makes her way forward, I want to tell you just a little bit more about Irina. She has been passionate about sports, medicine, and table tennis all of her life. Her blue badge umpire status allows her to participate in various table tennis tournaments around the globe. She has been participating in the Huntsman World Senior Games for 25 years as a competitor and an umpire. She also loves traveling, gardening, and attending cultural events. More than anything, she loves spending time with her grandson, Kai. Irina appreciates the opportunities to share her passion with so many athletes around the globe. She is forever grateful for the lifelong friendships. Please welcome Irina into the Huntsman World Senior Games Hall of Fame. Would you like to say anything?
Yes. Hello, everybody. It's so big privilege to be here and see so many nice faces smiling around. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's better to keep like this, like I'm institute teaching my students. Okay. I would like to say hello, thank you very much, Huntsman family, because with their tremendous support, we cannot get this. Big thank you for all volunteers, for all sponsors who let us to be here and enjoy this nice game. And I would like to say special thanks for Karen Foss, because it was the first a woman who introduced me to ambassador, and I was ambassador like 18 years. It's good to be here. And and I wish others, what could I wish? Only stay very, very healthy and use. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Congratulations. Congratulations. Our next honoree tonight is Huntsman. Dick, would you join me here in front? As he makes his way, I'll tell you a little bit about Dick. He is without question one of the most medaled players in the history of pickleball. He won 15 medals, including many golds, at the Huntsman World Games for the past 7 straight years. Additionally, he has earned 130 medals in 116 other sanctions in 17 states. In 2008, busy, right? Oh man! In 2008, Dick won the Personal Best Award from the National Senior. Dick has also excelled in the sport of tennis, winning the state championships in singles, double, and mixed double every decade. He is one of the few players who has played in tennis and pickleball US. At the age of 82, Dick's great tournament may be now winding down, but he knows that playing pickleball, a good diabetic program, and the great health mission of the games literally saved his life. He lost 50 pounds, reduced medication to follow the health standards emphasized by the games. Dick feels strongly that the many medals really aren't compared to the real values of life, which are God, family, friends, country, health, and others. Thank you, Dick, for your example, and welcome, and congratulations on your as an inductee to the Huntsman Senior Games Hall of Fame.
Well, thank you. This is a great honor. I want to thank the games and all the great leaders and the volunteers for the great honor. It truly has sent us a tingle right down my spine when I got the phone call from Kyle Case. We love, Luana and I, as we've been doing this, the spirit of the games, friendship, world peace, all of that. I can't ask for anything more than that. It literally did save my life. Pickleball games and that trainings each year, and to meet with these world-class athletes in so many different sports and hear their testimony of being healthier, and because of so forth. What a unique, wonderful thing it is. I want to thank the volunteers, 3,000 of them this year. My goodness gracious. Their spirit of fun and friendliness, helpfulness, nothing quite like it anywhere that I've experienced in all the tournaments that I've played. Pickleball Nation is a great group of people around the world. I've had many years that have helped win a lot of those medals, and I want to thank all of them as well. Most of all, I want to thank my sweet wife. She's back there, She went back for a lob one day a few years ago and crashed into the wall with her shoulder, and the end of pickleball. But she has gone with me to every single one of those tournaments, made sure I got my pain pills, and now days of text messaging, to get you on the court. She makes sure I'm not much of a techie. She gets me there. And she has not missed a single one of those tournaments. And she probably knows more about the rules than I do because she's refereed all the majors. So I love her dearly. Our 15 grandchildren and 9 great-grandchildren, we're blessed. Thank you very much for this honor.
Thank you so much. Congratulations. You know, I probably need to speak with the Hackenbergs, with Dick and his wife, a little bit about pickleball. My wife and I play a very famous, the worst of times, right? How did I miss that? Each inductee is going to be receiving a free print of the photo that is being taken of them out in the hall after they receive their award tonight. And so we the SG photo booth at the Dixie Center to pick up that photo. Our next inductee tonight is Ronald D. Jones. The front. Here he comes. Ronald started participating in the Huntsman World Senior Games in 1996. Okay, I have to talk with you about that. We'll talk about it in just a minute. The couple both competed in bridge and track, but Ron also competed in softball, mountain biking, and recently in trail running. He has won over 50 medals in these. Ron has had several serious injuries during competitions, but it did not discourage him from competing. Ron and Kermit have participated in games every year except one while they served a mission for their church. Ron is proud of his medals won at the games. Much more important to him are the memories and friends he has met and loved. Let's welcome the Huntsman World Senior Games Hall of Fame, Ronald D. Jones.
Kermit, come up here. Come on. I need your help. I love this woman, the life director. I started out playing softball, and I had some in softball. But I had a tough day one day. Came late in the game. I had a couple runs, and I looked at the watch and says, I've got to go meet my wife. We have a bridge tournament now. And I had to say, team, I've got to go. You're ahead. You finish the last inning and we'll play again. I went and played bridge with my wife. She's a life master, and we competed in bridge. We got many medals in bridge, and all relate to her great ability to teach me and help me. Everybody played bridge? Everybody played duplicate bridge? Some people say, you're leaving the softball to play bridge? I said, well, it's competitive. It's a mind game, you know, and it's people make a living playing bridge. Do you know that? Well, we don't make a living on it, but we got many medals, and it's a struggle. Kermit, the director, and everything. We're sorry that the bridge didn't continue because we would have probably continued to play. We haven't had bridge for the last 2 years. But maybe Kermit will bring it. Anyhow, when I got to the bridge tournament and I got back to the softball, the game, they'd gone ahead and we had men on and about 2 out, and we had men on third and our best batter. And the next batter is Ronald Jones. Where's Ronald Jones? He had to leave. Well, that's an out. The game's over. You've lost. Oh, my team says, you cost us the game. I felt bad. But that was the way it goes. Some days you win, sometimes you lose. Then I got into mountain biking. And mountain biking was really fun. When I first started mountain biking at the World Senior Games, they says, we're going to have a tour, mountain bike tour. And it wasn't even a competition. And we started out and went up some trails behind the softball complex up there in the Red Cliffs. And we had a great time riding those trails as a group. And I thought, oh, I really like this mountain biking. I got into it, and then I competed quite a bit in mountain biking and won many medals that noted I had some injuries. I don't want to go into them. What?
I said you have as many injuries as you did medals.
Oh, come on, I didn't get hurt. And I did win in cross country, hill climb, downhill combinations and such. And I'd still love to mountain bike more, but a few things happened. I've had a wonderful life. We went on a mission together, and that was really fun. My best companion, she's the star of my life. She's a wonderful lady. And back here, the guy in the yellow shirt, he's my brother-in-law. That's her brother. He's a life master in golf and other things here at the senior games. And Doyle, he's still playing softball. He's been, how many years have you been doing it? 22. So he's a softball star. He's a pitcher. And he's still playing. Did you win? Next week you play, right? So he's still a softball player. So I really loved the senior games. We've loved the tests, the help, and all the things that they do for you. It's been a wonderful time. We even bought a home here so we could be closer. But it's been a wonderful experience for us. Mountain biking, and this, I hope I get back to it. But I had a little problem. And over here, my daughter, she's a world-class ski racer, and her husband, they met on the BYU ski team. They're supposed ski patrol at River Mountain. And I have a son that's been a racer, and he's been a coach, and he's really into skiing. And I got to do the World Games when we had the Olympics, the World Games here for the World Cup. And I got to be an official and worked on the mountain. Got up at 4 in the morning, drove the bus up to Snow Basin, skied down to the downhill, worked all day on it. I had an interesting experience. We did the Olympics, and then we did the Paralympics. And one day after the Paralympics, I was out on the hill and I was shoveling out the ruts, and a guy come up behind me and what? And he says, "Would you like some pins?" I said, "Pins? What pins?" He says, "Canadian." And I turned around and looked at him. He had no leg pin. I thought, bad. It about tore me up. So yeah, it was a wonderful experience. Kerma worked the senior games too, the games. She was a volunteer for all the volunteers and everything. She even got to drive buses. That was an experience for her. But we've had a wonderful life. I love my family, and that's them there, my daughter and brothers and my niece. And we all are just very grateful for the senior games and the wonderful times we've had together. I do this. I hope I can get back. Oh, the last thing I did was the trail run. And that was the first year they had the trail run. You know where they had it?
Where?
The Zen Trail. You know the Zen mountain bike trail?
I don't.
Oh, it goes out up over the mountains and down. It was 26 miles, I think. Took me 4 hours, but I got a silver medal. The guy that beat me, he almost fell up in the rocks, and I almost had to catch him, but he made it down, and then he had more endurance and beat me a few yards at the bottom. But it was a wonderful. Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
So long, but everybody come back. Let's do the senior games. Do them all.
Thank you. Congratulations. Oh, right here. Grab your award. Grab your award, Ron. That's the part right there. Our next inductee comes to us all the way from Brazil. Please welcome to the stage Maria Cristina Kika La Justicia. Here she comes. comes. Kika was born in Sao Paulo, Brazil, and she has always enjoyed sports. She usually found herself playing on highly skilled and competitive teams, and she was a standout in volleyball, being chosen by a prestigious club where she played on the base junior main teams. At the age of 35, after a break from the sport, Kika continued her volleyball journey in the Brazilian Master program. Through this program, Kika and many of her friends were encouraged to return to sports to compete in Brazil and abroad. She has been participating in the Huntsman World Senior Games Global Cup since 2007 as both a player and a manager of the Brazilian team, and her team took home the gold medal in 2011. Over the years, Kika has fallen in love with the Games, the organization, the volunteers, and the dear and special friends the Games brought into her life. Please welcome Kika into the Huntsman World Senior Games Hall of Fame.
Feelings about this moment. Hello. For sure, I want to express my affection to all my friends who encouraged me to bring together all players with the aim of having the pleasure of practicing sports again, taking care of their physical and mental health, of all having the pleasure of old friendship and create new ones, and to enjoy amazing trips. The joy each athlete faces in participating in championships is so gratifying that make me very, very happy. My gratitude, I thank you for the opportunity to be here, being honored to be included in the Hall of Fame of this important championship. I am sure this moment will always be alive in my little piece of my heart. Thank you, God. Thank you to everyone at Humans World Seniors Games. Thank you, KU Case, for everything for us. Thank you.
Congratulations. Next, could we please have Fred Tamagawa join me here in the front of the room. As he's making his way, I'll tell you a little bit about Fred. He's celebrating his 30th year with the Huntsman World Senior Games. He has spent his life involved with sports, being an avid softball player most of his life. Fred felt motivated to start the first senior softball in Salt Lake County in 1991. The program was a success, and in 1995, the Salt Lake Parks and Recreations Department ran its first national senior softball tournament. Fred has been heavily involved with senior softball ever since. In 1997, he was inducted into the Utah Softball Hall of Fame. Fred has a love for the games and feels honored to receive this recognition. It has been the highlight of his 81 years to receive this prestigious honor. Fred, we celebrate your 30th year at the Games by inducting you as a new member into the Hall of Fame. Congratulations.
I guess I'm a softball junkie because I started working for Salt Lake County Parks and Recreation here in Salt Lake City in 1984 when I took over as the sports director for softball. Then a lady by the name of Sylvia Wonderly about starting a senior softball program in Salt Lake County to bring some teams down here from Salt Lake. So that's how we got in Salt Lake. A year after we started our league, we had 4, and the only thing you could smell was liniment, Bengay, and everything else to keep muscles loose. One of the first players we had was John Wonderly over here that played in our one of the 4 teams there, and we've gradually grown into almost 29, 18, gosh, somewhere around there. So we go anywhere from 50 years old clear up to 79 years old. Our old player is 91 years old that's playing softball right now. So if you want to see him, he'll be playing out here in this tournament right here. He's the only guy I know can hit the hit the fence out there and make a home run every time. So that's how fast he runs. So I really appreciate everything that the Huntsman Games has done for the game of softball in Salt Lake. It's, I think everybody looks forward to going down here to St. George to play in the Huntsman Games. And they think that's a World Series for all the softball teams in Salt Lake. So I'd like to thank my wife for spending the 31 years, well, since '84 in softball, but 31 years coming down here. She probably deserves a jacket like I'm here bringing us down here. So once again, it's an honor and a privilege to be honored to be in the Softball Hall of Fame here at the Huntsman Systems. And I want to thank Josh Olmstead, who was instrumental in getting me here. So I appreciate that, and everybody else in softball that's involved. So thank you.
Congratulations once again. And our final honoree tonight is Alice Thyme. Alice, did I say your last name correctly? Is it Tim? Okay, because I debated about that all day. I was that worried. I want to tell you a little bit about Alice. In 1969, she was ranked number 13 in the world in tennis. While in college at the University of Florida, she started the first women's tennis team. The university later inducted Alice into their Sports Hall of Fame. She is also a member of the Intercollegiate Tennis Hall of Fame. Alice later went on to coach tennis and formed the first women's tennis team at the University of Tennessee, where her team won 3 consecutive AIAW national titles. She was named the USPTA Coach of the Year and inducted into the Chattanooga Sports Hall of Fame. Alice then went on to direct the Yale tennis team, where they ranked in the top 20 and won the Ivy Championships. That's awesome. Tennis is our only specialty in your International Pickleball Association. We are honored to induct this world-class athlete into the Huntsman World Senior Games Hall of Fame. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Kyle, and all your team here at the Huntsman. It's good to see David Jordan. He's done so much, and Nancy has done so much for pickleball, and the terrific table tennis team that you have, and the wonderful badminton team. So I really appreciate it, and I appreciate being here. I love winning gold medals, but the special part of the Huntsman is the friends that you make and the people that you meet. So I wanted to introduce tonight my table tennis coach. I only met him here. We don't have a coach in Tennessee. And that's Michael James there in the middle. And I have new friends also. I was playing a tournament in Boise, Idaho, and sitting behind me was this lovely lady who answered questions and then said, "Oh, we have a casita. We live in St. George." And that's Gail and her husband, Steve Verschure. I hope I said that. Working on the pronunciation. And so, new friends. And then I also here at Huntsman have made old friends. There's Tracy and Scott Tolman. I first met them when they were cheering for someone else in table tennis, and she invited me to go off-roading, and I have been all over Utah off-roading. This year we did the Moki Dugway. Have you ever done that?
I haven't, but I love off-roading.
Oh, it's incredible. And the San Rafael Swell, we did, we've been all over Utah, so exciting. And Bears Ears was this year. So for me, the Huntsman Games is an opportunity to meet people and to do things that I never would have had the opportunity to do if it weren't for your contribution to sports. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Congratulations. Or here, I think these are yours.
Oh, yeah, thanks. I got
Well, congratulations again. I said I wanted to mention in 1997, the reason that stuck out for me. How many of you were here involved with the games clear back in 1997? I know a few of you. So here's something interesting. I was working at a different university at that time, and they had asked me and a group of students to come down and be involved in the opening ceremonies. And that year they were doing, I Believe I Can Fly, that song, and maybe some of you know it. And so they brought us in to learn it and to sing it, and I'll never forget the person that was helping us. She's like, because now you're never going to listen to that song the same again. But in the background they sing, I can fly, a whole bunch of times, right? And so they said to my students, no, you're not getting it. Listen, repeat after me. And they would fly. And my students would say, I can fly. And they're like, no, it's got to be, I can fly. I can fly. And we're like, what? And they're like, just do it. So we're like, the students, I said, look, just do whatever they want, right? And so we were like, I can fly. And then they said, now we're going to need you guys to participate during the opening ceremonies, be out on the field with these big things that maybe some of you remember. They would fly around like birds. Do you remember that, some of you that were there? And so I'm thinking, this is just crazy. And so I think, is this going to be awesome? I don't know if it is. And guess what? It was. We came to the opening ceremonies and I couldn't believe it. And it was amazing to me. Now, from that time until now, here's what's happened. Every one of you tonight, I was paying attention because it was in the script several times. So this is Emily, my good friend and former student. That's how old I am, right? So Emily is the one that put this together. Did she do a good job or what? Right? Right, good job. I did not say that in my script. I'm not looking down here at all. It's fine. And but it was interesting because as I was seeing everything that was going on and what was written in the script about the friendships that you've made, we have a very, very troubling thing going on in our society right now. And that is that young people at alarmingly high rates are attempting and completing suicide and have higher rates of depression and anxiety than ever before. And so as a student affairs professional in the collegiate environment, I'm sitting here thinking about the difference you've all made, and every one of you spoke about that connection, the friendship that you have. Everyone said, my favorite part of coming to the games are the volunteers, the people that met, all of those things. My oldest children are 30 years old. When they were young, they were like 5 and 3 or maybe 6 and 4. They went to a little half-day preschool. And one day I came home and my wife said, Bronson and Chrissia are so excited because they've been waiting for you to come home. Today at preschool, they learned how to play hide and seek. And they're so excited to play hide and seek with you. And I'm thinking, okay, sure, right? I've been at work all day, but I'll do it. So I said, okay, here's what's going to happen. And I'm going to count to 10 and all the things. And so I counted to 10. I said, now you guys go hide. And they're like, okay. And I counted and I said, ready or not, here I come. And I went down the hall. I wonder where they are. And they jumped out. Dad, we're right here. You found us. Yay. And I'm thinking, okay. So did they teach you at preschool that when you hide, like you hide and then I find you? Do you get that? Yeah. Okay, let's try it again. And I look at my wife and kind of roll my eyes. And so the whole process repeats itself. I count to 10, ready or not, here I come. And I go down, I wonder where they're hiding. They're really good at hiding. Where could they be? Dad, we're right here. You found us. Yay. And I went into my wife and I said, my worst nightmares are coming true. Our kids are not smart. And my wife said something that I've never forgotten. Because she said, hon, I think for them, the fun part is being found. Is that everyone here, not only the inductees, the rest of you, love coming to the games because that's the place you're found. That's where you have your tribe, your people. I'm telling you every day, at all 3 universities where I've worked especially in the last decade, these young people don't know how to do hard things and they want so badly to be found, but they don't know how. Because they're so in social media and they weren't socializing well, so society tried to respond by creating social media how did that work out for us? Not very well. So I want to thank you. You've set an example for us. The spirit of the games is really about. And I love that you say, I've got boxes and boxes of medals. I don't, but you all do. Have boxes and boxes of medals. But that's not what is important. And so with that foundation, it is truly my honor to invite up now, and please show me what you got, okay? Because this man works so hard all year long to provide you that opportunity to be found. Please welcome the CEO of the Huntsman World Senior Games, my friend, Mr. Kyle Case.
Thank you so much. Thank you so very much. What a great night. What a great night. I want to express the right amount of time, but I do want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to Dell. Dell had done a fantastic job tonight. Let's have a round of applause for Dell. We have been friends for a long time. We've been together from way back, haven't we? And he was great tonight. I also want to echo Dell's sentiment, expressing appreciation to Emily Ivy. Emily is my sister-in-law. She is my wife's sister, and this is a family affair, you know. Anybody who moves to St. George just knows immediately they're getting put to work for the Huntsman World Senior Games, and I'm grateful that Emily accepted this opportunity and express appreciation. Let's have a round of applause for Emily Ivy. These wonderful musicians that have left, but what a great job they did tonight. I think they really added to the experience. And I would be very remiss if I didn't say thank you to my wife, Mindy. Boy, I do put in a lot of hours, but she is right there with me through all of them, whether she's physically by my side or laying in bed awake waiting for me to get home. Definitely couldn't do anything that we do without that help and support, as you have all expressed, and I feel that same way about Mindy. One quick reminder, I know that Dale mentioned it, but the photo we took back here with Alan. Thank you to Alan as well, our photographer, being here. We're grateful to Alan James. So stop by tomorrow and get a copy, a physical copy of your photograph. This year, I mentioned at the opening ceremonies last night, is our first year without John Morgan, our founder. And I mentioned last night that there were so many things that he loved about the games, and it's true. In fact, he loved everything, and he did. He truly loved everything about the games. But he really, truly had a special place in his heart for this event here. He loved the people of the games. He loved saying thank you. He loved expressing appreciation and honoring those who have made a difference in the games. And he did not miss this event. I know that there were several times where he literally walked off the tennis court to his vehicle and drove here in his tennis clothes to be here present for the Hall of Fame. Some of you will remember that because those were years that you were inducted. He loved this event, and I know that as he looks down on us tonight that he feels that same love and appreciation for each of our inductees and their family and loved ones that have helped them be found, as Dell said. So let's have a round of remembrance for John Morgan. A round of applause, please. He started these games, 1987 was our first event. He founded the games on the principles of fostering world